but I was born to run the night. Dad took me hunting when I was a kid. Wouldn't believe what the hell I did. He said, boy, hold this. Told my cousin, you better run. Last time he poked fun at me, got my with a tree. Wow, son of a gun, pay for all I done. Swear they'll get us head, 'cause I ain't done just yet.
EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Greg Olsen on hand. The rookie Tyler Luke has the honors. The first Sunday night game of the year. Right at the outset, he lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. What a brutal way to start the game. You're thinking of getting the ball, getting your script, running your plays. Instead, Greg, it is a fumble lost on the opening kickoff.
It's just absolutely the most disastrous beginning of a game you could possibly dream up. And what you do now, Mike, is not only does the other team get the ball, you send your deep...
And he's in! Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Ravens. And they get the first points of the game. What a way to start it, Greg. You get the ball. It's what you want to do. Settle into this game on top 6-0.
Mike, how often do we have coaches tell us the importance of playing with the lead? Well, they come take the ball right away on the first drive, all the way down there and strike first. And now the rest of the way, let's see how it plays out.
Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. On the return, this is Strong. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Bills offense heading out, and they are led by the MVP of the National Football League, 29-year-old quarterback, Josh Allen, in the prime of his career.
Mike, isn't there just something different about week one of the NFL season? I mean, after months of anticipation, debate, speculation, it all gets settled on the field. New coaches, new teams, rookies playing their first time. Man, it's just an exciting time of year, and I'm pumped to be calling it alongside you.
From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Moore going in motion. They'll go play action here with Allen. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 7. Here's Allen to throw. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. Here's 3rd and 7.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
From the gun. Throw here. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. So the drive stalls out, and here's the Aussie, Mitch Wishnowsky, to punt. On the return, it's Hill. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. So on come the Ravens. And Greg, what a story again last year. 12-5, 13-4 the year before that. Regular season, they have been as good as almost anyone in the NFL. But it's the story if you're living in the AFC. Get over that hump, whether it's Buffalo or Kansas City. It's hard to get to the big game on this side of the draw.
Oh, there's no question. And I think if you're Baltimore and you're Buffalo and you look around and you say, man, we should have a couple Super Bowl titles. If we were living in a non-Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid era, maybe teams would look at us a little bit different than they do, but they just need to continue to stay the course. Lamar Jackson, one of the best players, regardless of position, in the entire league, multiple-time MVP winner, so they have a Super Bowl roster. Let's make no mistake about it. They need to just continue to hold serve in the regular season, continue to play for division titles, get as many home playoff games as possible, so when the money's on the line and trips to Super Bowl on the line, they need these games to come through Baltimore.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
It's 3rd and 7.
To the air one more time with Jackson. He pulls it in around the 5. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got 1st and goal coming up.
Baltimore, first down. 1st and goal, Baltimore.
Pacheco. And this one ruins quickly. Take them back to the 5-yard line. The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. On the ground, here's Henry. He'll get a couple, mark him down at the 3.
William Williams on the stop. A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal. They'll run with Pacheco. Good blocking, and he's in. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Ravens. What a start to the year. His 2nd touchdown in this opening half.
14. Bills,
Well, I think these guys are ready for week 1 to get started. I mean, you see teams kind of limp their way into the regular season, and they don't find their form until a couple weeks in, but they didn't play a ton in the preseason, but that's 2 drives, 2 touchdowns, and let's all say, what the heck does the preseason even mean?
So, Greg, here are the Bills. What a year last year. 13-4, beat the Broncos and the Ravens in the playoffs, but once again ran into Kansas City in the AFC Championship game. Anything that we can say is that one thing to get them to the big game this time?
Well, I mean, we'd probably start with they need Patrick Mahomes to retire. And, you know, but in all seriousness, Mike, I think when you look at Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, it's one of those things where they just happen to exist in a generationally great team in the Kansas City Chiefs, and one of the greatest players we've seen in the last 25 years at quarterback in Patrick Mahomes. So they just need, as hard as it is, they just need to continue to chip away. Just continue to go. They can't make Kansas City the boogeyman, because all of a sudden now that starts to get into your head. Continue to win the division, continue to get home playoff games, and if they keep knocking at the door, eventually they're going to get over that hump, because Josh Allen and this roster, they are a Super Bowl contending team. They just got to find a way to get over the hump in the game that matters.
The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Brenton Simpson. He's got his first sack of the season here early in week 1. Throwing on 2nd down. It's Allen. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. The Bills with it to start quarter number 2. And they've got it with 3rd and 6 coming up. Out of the gun, here's Allen. Open man is Palmer. It's complete. And they finally catch up with him, but it's a big play, taking it into the red zone. Big-time play there for Buffalo. 35 yards.
So it's man coverage, Mike. You have to keep track of who your responsibility is. And in this case, he just drops them. He's wide open. Short throws turn into long runs, and they're inside the red zone.
That's taken in. It's James Cook. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring them down for no gain.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example.
Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive. And what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, it's a little bit different now.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. Here's Cook. A short game. Down to the 7.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
He keeps it, and he will score! Josh Allen. Touchdown, Bills. Point by Pinheiro is good. And the Bills are on the board. It's now 14-7. So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. Justice Hill to return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. Greg, when you step back and look at this AFC North, Baltimore and Pittsburgh, their rivalry now really for a couple of decades has in so many ways defined this division, and they set the tone for everything that happens when you are in an AFC North game.
Yeah, and you talk about divisions having identities, they have their culture. Really at the top, Baltimore and Pittsburgh kind of want to play a similar style game, strong on defense, great run game. Obviously, Baltimore adds the extra element with Lamar Jackson. To me, the fascinating team, though, is what kind of jump can we expect, Mike, from the Cincinnati Bengals?
I agree with you, because if you think about the toughness and the physicality, Cincinnati can put up points in an electrifying fashion, and even when you're he is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. Jackson trying to get his guys back to the line. Back to throw. This one caught downfield by Flowers. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Now a deep ball toward the end zone.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot to get his hands on the ball and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
Throwing now. Allen under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
This is the epitome of team defense. Not only are you able to rush the passer and put relentless pressure on him play after play, but the coverage on the back end is so tight. There's just nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. You see him just continue to hold the ball that extra second in the pocket. And with the way these guys are pass rushing, that's all the time they need. A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
Now Allen facing 3rd and long. Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. Now the Ravens use their first timeout. On the stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number one thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field. So
a quick slant to Flowers. And he's into the end zone. Zay Flowers. Touchdown, Baltimore. The extra point, up and good. And the Ravens will take a 21-7 lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. The kickoff's coming their way. On the return, this is strong. Get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. 2nd and 10. Halftime coming up. We'll get you down to Scott Hanson and our EA Sports. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line.
First down 10 at their own 29-yard line.
On 1st and 10, Jackson. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete. We'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
The shotgun, here's Jackson. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. He'll swing this out wide to Henry. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. On fourth down, they snapped it to Jackson. That's incomplete. Darick Hall on fourth down. Does not work out. And it results in a turnover on down.
You know, more often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that fourth down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time fourth down stop.
Good blocking to the 15. And he'll take this one in. Game's cooked. Touchdown, Buffalo. Now, Pinheiro to add on the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bills draw closer here. It's 21-14.
Bills 14.
So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. You know, Greg, early on, it's always new faces in different places. Off-season movement, what caught your eye?
I think there's so many good ones, right? You talk about Stephon Diggs. He ends up in New England, and Cooper Kupp now. He's moving on to Seattle from the Rams, but I think it's the guy the Rams signed to replace him. Davante Adams, although he's not the youngest anymore, but watching him play in New York with Aaron Rodgers last year with the Jets, he can still run, he can still make every catch, he can still go up and compete at the high point. I think you put Davante Adams with Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, in that offense run by Sean McVay. I think that's a sneaky, maybe not a sneaky because he's a really household name, but I think that's a great signing.
And always interesting from the offseason, the quarterback movement and unique ties. Some of the biggest names were or now are Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, now the guy that is going to line up behind center for Seattle, Mike, is Sam Darnold. And, of course, we all saw that incredible season he had last year in Minnesota with Kevin O'Connell and Justin Jefferson and that really dynamic Vikings offense. So now he goes to Seattle. I think he's going to have an inspired Cooper Kupp. He was let go from the Rams. If he's healthy, he's a big weapon. Jackson Smith-Njigba, he has some pieces in that puzzle that he can push the ball downfield to. So I'm excited to see Sam. That's what everyone thought he was going to be coming out of college. And he was a high draft pick of the New York Jets.
On the handoff, this is Pacheco. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up third down.
A gain of a yard brings up third and inches.
They'll try and run for this with Henry. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got first and goal coming up.
Nice run right there. You get down here into the red zone area, Mike, and yards are hard to come by. He's able to stick his head in there and sets him up for first and goal.
They'll try to throw here with Jackson. A pass pulled in by Henry. And he will get into the end zone. Derrick Henry. Touchdown, Ravens. The quarterback, with all of his eligible receivers available, uses the back out of the backfield that time, Greg, to take it to the end zone.
And when your running back, Mike, is a valid threat in the passing game, man, it just gives you so many options. And in this case, it was the running back that was the open target. He's able to put the pass on the money. Easy 6 points.
Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. On the return, this is Strong. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. So now, here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. Greg, this AFC East, a division that really has been dominated by the Bills. The 5 straight division titles. It's hard to see who can knock them off that perch right now.
Yeah, and I think until someone decides that that's going to change, I think you just have to assume that Buffalo remains the king of the East. And I think when you look at the bottom of the division with the Jets and New England, they're clearly in a rebuild. Young quarterbacks, new coaching staffs, trying to kind of get themselves out of the bottom of the division. But Miami seems to me, I don't know if they're ready to compete necessarily with Buffalo directly, but Miami is a playoff caliber roster, a playoff caliber team. They've showed it in years past. So if anybody's ready to compete, I think it's Miami. I just don't know, Mike, if they are ready top to bottom over the length of the season to get enough wins to keep pace with a team as good as Buffalo.
And two new coaches at the bottom of the standings last year, the Jets and the Patriots. And, Greg, both guys who played for a long time in the league and bring a certain amount of toughness to the top of the organization. Mike Green, what a start to the season. His third sack here in Week 1. That is fielded and the 20. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Ravens offense ready to see what they can do. Now, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after a touchback. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
You know, it does, and I think the part that people don't talk about enough, Mike, is the impact that it's making on going for it on fourth down, not settling for field goals. Because remember, in the old days, if you got stopped inside the 5 or you scored inside the 5, it was all the difference of if I kicked a touchback, they got the ball at the 20. There wasn't that much of a spread, but now all of a sudden, is it in my best interest to settle for a field goal and kick off when I could give you the ball at the 35? Or even if I fail down there tight in the red zone on the 3, you now possess the ball inside your own 5-yard line. So I think that's an element now that's causing offenses to go for more touchdowns, kick less field goals, because the ensuing kickoff is giving my opponent the ball in much more favorable territory.
You know, the other rule that is adjusted, Isaiah Pacheco, touchdown Baltimore. What a start to the season. It's a 3-touchdown week number 1. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
This one crushed. It's over the back line of the end zone. Touchback, and the ball's coming out to the 35. The Bills offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. Well, Greg, this is going to take a lot of self-reflection here. You build up so much for the season opener. To struggle like this has got to be a tough feeling.
Yeah, and we've never spoken to a team before their Week 1 matchup where they didn't tell us this is the best training camp they've ever had, it's the best roster they've ever had. I mean, how many times have we heard that? So in this case, though, Mike, I think you have to be careful that you don't overcorrect. Of course, this did not go according to plan. This is not what they've been building to through their entire offseason schedule, but it's still also just one game. So don't throw everything in the garbage and start all over.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Mike Green, he has been a one-man wrecking crew in this one. 4th sack of the game. So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long.
319!
On play action, Allen. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
That's taken in, and he's going to have Bills first down. They convert in style there. Big play on 4th and long.
That's good for a Bills first down. First and 10 at the 22.
Allen going to give it to Cook. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd downs.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
No gain on the play.
On 3rd down, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Allen. Oh, the blitz gets there. He is sacked. And they turn it over on downs. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. Quick slant into the hands of the speedy Flowers. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield.
Another really nice throw right there, and as you can see the numbers he's been able to put up here, I'm a little surprised, if I'm being honest, Mike, with just how easy it seems to have been. It just seems like he's made every right decision every time that he's decided to throw the ball.
Jackson now to throw on 1st down. Give him 16 there, and a 1st down. Sensational stats in this one, and now that pass gets him over 300 yards on the evening. A 1st down throw for Jackson. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Jackson up top again. He'll get that complete to Isaiah Pacheco. And he will score again. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Baltimore. What a night he's having. That's 4 touchdowns in this game alone.
42. Bills.
And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. On the return, this is Strong. Now the hit, and he lost the football. Special teams has come up with the recovery. Throwing Jackson. A throw, left side, caught by Andrews. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 21-yard line.
Hey, middle.
Jackson now on 2nd down. He's going to tuck it and go. And he will have the 1st down. Even with 3 timeouts on the other side, they're going to be able to run this baby all the way down. Ball sitting on the 3. It is 1st down and goal. Here's Pacheco. He'll get this forward. No signal. They're going to mark him down at the 1.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
One more time with Pacheco. And no signal as of yet. And none forthcoming. He is stopped short. And now it's 3rd and goal. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. The extra point is good. And the Ravens will add 1 more onto their big lead. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. To return, Here's Ray Davis. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Bills offense headed back to take over once more. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Operating out of the gun, here comes Allen. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Wiggins on the coverage.
Brown 80!
Play action. It's Allen. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
Yards to go.
Trying to get it to Dalton Kincaid there. And it's going to be 3rd down. From the gun, Josh Allen. Gonna look deep, looking for more. And this is gonna be a touchdown. It's too little too late. Do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play. Extra point by Pinheiro is good. And the Bills cut into the lead a little bit.
Bills 21.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Here comes a return from the goal line. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field.
At their own 22-yard line.
On the ground to start the drive with Pacheco. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain. Now we'll get whistles, and they have signaled for a timeout. Curious there. Not sure the logic, but one stoppage with 5 seconds to go. This throw right is taken in by Flowers. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. So it is a win here for the visitors, the Ravens. They move to 1-0, getting the victory.